and process those memories for you and get them down, and then we would rescore them again and see what the levels were. And if some were stubborn and still had a high value after we've been through that process, we would perhaps look at other techniques to do it. So this is total memory clear up, and I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to describe it for you. Okay? So first of all, you have a place where you are safe to touch those memories. Now, some people will say Australia, some people will say the moon, some say well, the other side of Pluto, and we've had one case where we put that nasty memory on a comet and sent it spinning at the speed of light, and it's taking 2 minutes to get far enough away before the person's comfortable to do it. And 2 minutes is roughly 6 times the width of the solar system. So that's how far away it had to go. Okay. So somewhere where the person is, the memory is that far away, they're happy to look at it and think about it.
I was just thinking, John, he's going to be laid back from Pluto, isn't he?
Yes, it's a long way. Okay, so we have the idea that we can process the memory if it's pushed far enough away. Other people use volcanoes. They put it inside a volcano, they think it's safe in there. Okay, it's their model, don't care what it is. Okay.
Don't
So,
some people just look it straight in the eye and just able to face
no,
it without any
this memory is
distance?
so toxic they may not even be able to verbalise it or remember it. It's so bad. Okay, you're lucky. Okay, we can go on. I hope. Okay, so this is the sort of thing we're dealing with. Things that would be very toxic to touch in normal practice. So what do? We ask them to take these memories and put them there. And when they're there, we want them, it's a processing part, a reprocessing part. So we take the good memories and bring them back, the good stuff from any memories, and bring them back to us. And we say to them, what colour light would you like it to come back as? And you say, what colour light would you like? So,
White.
white. What colour light would you like your good memories to come back?
Red.
Red. Christine?
I think one of the things, I suppose, is that if if you're really asking people here to start to think about their own issues,
yeah. We're not talking about an issue.
Yeah, or a memory or something. Normally, that takes a lot of work, even within a therapeutic setting, to even approach.
This is the advantage of this thing. We're not actually mentioning the memory. We're saying, if there was one, what would you take the memory? How would you like the learning?
So it's like remembering it without remembering it.
Yes. Okay. So what would you like it to come back as?
I see.
Okay. Max, what colour light do you like? What light do you like?
Green and blue.
Green and blue. Okay. So no, if I was doing an NLP type thing, I might say it'll be yellow light because yellow light's good, but it might not be your model. That's the whole point. So it's your choice of what colour light you bring back. Okay. Now, you take the good stuff and you bring it back as colour light, and it can come down and sprinkle on your head, and it can be little sparkles, whatever model suits you. Okay? And the ones that you don't like, you process them, you turn them into fertiliser or whatever you use and bring it back. The girl that put it into the volcano turned them into ash, these bad memories into ash, because she thought it was good fertiliser. Other people bring them back as different colour lights from the other ones, sparkles, rainbows, whatever you want. So think about which ones you want to bring it back. That's what we've done. This is the setup before we do it. The next thing is we tell people, we've got this result here, okay, so we've been through this form, so they have lightly touched on those experiences. They've not actually mentioned them, they've only just said at that time of my life it was about a 4 or 3. And then I buy your arm again, and what we do, we go through this catalogic armor thing, and I want you to process all those memories, one by one. I want you to send that memory to that processing plant, go for all those memories, all for your life, go for all those years, for your whole life, and process them, and as you go through, it just falls out, okay, you process them like that. But you're doing it in the catalytic way that we say. And that's how we do with those memories. And that's a lot faster than timeline therapy.
John, I have to say I'm a bit concerned about this, because if a person has a catalogue of bad traumatic memories,
Okay.
And you're saying that you're going to go through that at this kind of speed?
Yes.
I mean, could you not end up with the person a complete mess on the floor?
No, but they're actually not going to the memories. Only, they're far enough away that they're not reliving them.
And so what are they actually going there to do?
Okay. They are internally processing. You taught the mind how to process them before. I've rushed the process, so forgive me. But when you come back and do the scoring again, I can tell you that most of the numbers are down to 1s and 2s. So the same tests you used before to assess the situation, those past memories, have been reduced.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
If you manage to do that, how do they keep things up in these? How do they stop them reverberating back to 3s and 4s?
Okay, because you've taught them the method of doing it, and remember, the way that we talk about TPM, it is, you teach them to be automatic. You ask your mind that when the situation goes back to go and process it automatically.
Oh, right.
And whenever it needs to do it, it will do that. We've been through all those ecology kind of things that I'm skimming and not touching. I just want to give you the basic theme of how we do it and how it is so different from NLP.
One thing I can see that might be making this better is that when you're a child, you don't have much experience of life.
Correct.
And you can very often get the wrong impression about what's going on around you. You know, one thing that comes to mind was, this was a case study I read. I don't talk about clients, but
Okay.
a case study where a man couldn't stand his father, and the hypnotherapist that was working with him at the time asked him to go back to the very first time that he had that feeling about his father and tell him where he was. And he said, well, I'm outside Mummy and Daddy's bedroom, and Mummy's making funny noises and I don't know what's going on. And, you know, and it seems like Daddy's hurting her, so therefore I don't like Daddy.
Okay.
But having gone back with his adult experience of life and his adult understanding of what men and women do in the bedroom, that was enough to release that little thing for him within that, it's almost like a little place, a psychological knot, if you like, in his past. So that released it for him, and then he felt okay about going and hugging his dad.
Okay.
So I can understand that. So are you saying that that's basically the process that you're talking about, you're describing here?
We are, yeah, we're basically going through all the memories, and if there's a Gestalt relationship between chain memories, yes.
So it's using the resources you now have as an adult,
Yes.
and then applying them to the things of the past.
Okay, I rushed it, and if you remember when we did the single memory cleanse, I told you to look about it from all the different ways, and when we were going back and processing that memory, we're doing all that as well.
Okay, so is that the main principle of what?
Yeah,
Okay.
all the different dimensions, all the time experience, all the perceptive, and some people find that time perspective so useful. They're thinking, in 1,000 years, this doesn't matter.
Yes, okay.
But that's enough for them to pop it out.
Understood.
Okay, so all those have been built into it. That getting resources from other people that are wiser, real or imagined. You gather resources from so you can cope.
Yeah.
It's their model. It's their mind. It's solving their problems. And all I know is it works and it's fast.